everybody, and welcome back to my channel. My name's Iranis and this is the Quilt Shack. So today I thought I'd bring you guys the Spring Stitches of Love project. You know, maybe we could do like a sew along. I've got my iron connected and I'm getting ready to start. So join me while I get this project done, and some of these sections I'm going to go ahead and speed along so you don't have to look at me sewing and you don't have to look at me putting some of the stuff together, but you can see a time lapse. So yeah, let's get started. Okay, you guys, so here are all the materials that we're going to need and that came with the package. You have the front, the backing, you have the applique pieces, all come in this bag, and these here. Also you have the binding, and I'm sure this includes your, they always include the little pieces that go on the back for hanging these, for wall hangings, and of course all of your instructions. Your instructions will include your pattern for cutting out pieces. If you decide to ever make this project in the future again, you can cut out your pieces with your own fabric. Also includes your pattern on how to place the pieces, so your piece placement. So basically this will go kind of like this. Yes, it'll go like that. So I'm going to go ahead and get this taped up and let's get started. Okay, you guys, so the first thing I'm going to do is that I'm going to press these pieces so that we have nicely pressed surface to work with. Okay, so the instructions say that we need to cut 12 by 14 background fabric, 12 by 14 backing fabric, and 12 by 14 fusible batting, which I have right here. Sorry. So I'm just going to applique right on top of this. Yeah. Alright, so I'm just going to applique right on top of this. Okay, so first things first, we need to get these and we need to cut out every little piece. We need they're already cut out, but we need to just kind of clip them off. Yeah, I would like for them to be already completely cut off, but you know, I'm not complaining. This is good enough for me. Guys, so I'm done cutting all these pieces out, and so you can see the only thing I have left here is the rickrack, which I'm going to go ahead and get it ready and take it out of the package. And it looks like this is going to go right around the border, like around the binding, so it's going to frame the entire wall hanging. Yay! Okay, so the plan of action is going to be, I have this pressing mat, and I'm going to be setting all of my applique here, and every now and then I'll take a walk over to my iron and I'll get them fused down, come back, and continue on. Also, I've got my sewing machine is on. I've got my colors. See if I can zoom in. These are all of my, oh wait, the colors that I have. See if you can see them right there lined up. I have picked out for applique. Ooh, sorry. First things first, here's my plan of action. I'm going to set that right in front of me, and I'm going to take a look at all the pieces and how they go. So generally, you guys, what I do is, okay, this is going to go like this. What I do is, they come numbered Basically, it tells you which pieces go first, second, third, fourth, all the way up to the last piece. And I don't usually follow this. I just use it for guidance, to know where they go. But for the most part, I will keep this here in front of me and a picture, and the actual picture right next to it, so that I know the colors where they go, because it's just easier for me to follow a guide this way than that way, because then a lot of times it doesn't go all the way down to the edge where it needs to go, and so on and so forth. So I prefer just to follow this guide and to use the numbered one just to know where they go. All right, so I'm gonna start by setting the large piece, and these super easy, they just peel off. All right, here we go. Okay guys, so this is the moment of truth. Think I've got everything pretty much where I need it to go, at least the first part. And I'm gonna go ahead and get this pressed down and set so we can continue on to all the flowers. All right, so I've got everything where it needs to be. And what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna take my iron. There we go. I'm gonna take my iron, and all I'm gonna do is just kind of literally just press on here. I'm gonna do this part for a minute and up. Do this part right here and this part. Now, just so you know, if you make a mistake, if anything went wrong, if you placed anything where it's not supposed to go, because a lot of times what I'll do is something is supposed to go on top of another applique piece, and I'll do it the other way around, and then I just have to, you have to wait till it dries a little bit. You can literally just pick and, or, you know, lift it up, tuck it in, and then put it back down. So I'm pretty sure I've got them all right. All right, here we go. Let's get the flowers put on. Okay, so I like the placement of where I've got these right now. So I'm going to go ahead and get these pressed so that they don't move, and I can continue working on the other ones. So on the meantime, actually, you know what? I am going to do one leaf. Okay, so here I go. Let's continue with the rest. Okay, you guys, well, there you have it. I am done placing the applique pieces. So I'm going to go ahead and get the rest of them pressed down so I can get started on appliquing them over in the it was very relaxing and I loved it. And as you can see, I did make a mistake here because these polka dot ones need to go in the middle. And I didn't realize at first, but you see how easy it is to just lift them up and, you know, put them right back down. It's not a big deal if you make a mistake on these appliques. Also, I wanted to let you know these tweezers right here, if you ever do applique, any tweezers actually, it doesn't have to be these, but any tweezers are a lifesaver because, you know, as you can see, you could just easily lift them up and place them down. I use tweezers for my sewing machine. I use them more than I use stilettos. I actually don't use any stilettos, but I do have to use my tweezers all the time. Whenever I get the my needle down and I bring up the bobbin thread, I need my tweezers to just pull them right back out and then continue sewing. So tweezers, I live by these. Right, definitely. So let's go to the pressing station and get the rest of this pressed. All right, here we are. Let's go ahead and get these pressed down. This is like the moment of truth. I hope that I did this right. And I hope that you guys didn't get too bored, but I am going to put this on a, you know, like the fast, you know, make it fast for you guys so you don't have to sit there and watch every painful moment that I tried putting these little pieces down and they kept moving. And all right, so here I am. I'm sure that you guys noticed that there were these little pieces that were left. I always send you something cute to place in the back of your wall hanging. So for example, this one they have it so that you make another flower. And I'll show you. This is the guide that I just went through, but right up here, as you can see, this says, says back label. All right, so this is the one I had made for the month of March, and as you can see in the back, they include one so that you can put it back. This just looks totally adorable. So anyway, let's go ahead and get started on appliquing these, and I'm going to move the video camera over to my sewing table, and we'll get started. Okay, so I think this is going to work out. So right now I have some white thread on my sewing machine, so I'm going to remove that. Okay, so I'm going to change the foot to the J foot, and this is like the all-purpose foot, but my machine, it's very loud. I'm sorry, let me lower the volume on this. There you go. Okay, so I'm going to use a zigzag stitch because it's what I am mostly comfortable with when I'm appliquing. And I'm going to use this foot because this is the foot it calls for, and it's a brother machine, so this is the J foot or the all-purpose foot. So this is the one I'm going to use, and I'm going to remove my 1/4 inch foot. All right, so these lines that go from the flowers, the stem of the flower, and they all have a line that will come down at some, you know, right, this one comes around like this and up to the ear. This one goes also around through this leaf and down to here, and also the leaf has a line that comes in like this, and it would be done with brown thread. Same thing with this flower and this one and the flower that's down here. All those have to get put on. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to use a friction pen, and I'm just going to draw those lines on the same way that I would draw, for example, the eyes, so that I can sew the little buttons on. And I also draw the whiskers, and I make those lines with brown thread as well, but it would be like a much darker brown, maybe even a black thread for here. So first thing I'm going to do is get everything appliqued on. Then I'm going to draw those lines and get those sewn in so that we can finish the whole top. I don't know if I'll get it done today. I don't know if this video is going to be done in one shot. I don't know if I'll be able to fit everything in, even if I am fast forwarding a lot of this sewing stuff. But every now and then I'm going to stop and I'm going to talk to you guys because, you know, it's just fun. And again, before I get started, I'm going to grab my snacks, and which I love those chocolate covered almonds, and let's get to work. Okay everybody, so let's get started. As you can see, I've got my chocolate covered almonds, which is a lot. I made this little bowl so that I can, it's like supposed to be like a little catch-all, but I'm catching just my snacks in them for right now. So I'm going to set this aside right over here. And I wanted to show you the threads that I've chosen. So you can see probably over here, we've got some pink. We have some green, brown, more pink, and we've got some yellow and some light blue, and that's it. So what I'm going to do is I am going to use, let me see, I'm going to use this pink. I don't know if you're able to see it fine from there, if you can see the color, but this is a very vibrant pink. So I'm going to use this one for all the pink, even the light pink, because I do like the contrast. I'm going to use that pink for the pink. For this, that comes around the blue, I'm going to use this baby blue. This is a Coats & Clark all-purpose thread. And I already have some in a bobbin. But I am going to have, no, I won't even need to refill that. This is the yellow that I'm going to be using. It's perfect because it's going to stand out even for the brightest yellow, which is the middle one with the polka dots. So I'm happy with this yellow. This is the brown I'm going to use. I'm going to have to fill a bobbin because I don't have one currently. So I'm going to use this one. I've got the bobbin and a bobbini all ready. By the way, the bobbinis, I don't know if you know what these are, but this is my favorite little bobbin tool. I know that there's a lot of things out there. There's this little like round thingy where you put them on, where you can put all of them in there, but I love these because I can keep the bobbin corresponding to the spool of thread, because I can have more than one brown, but I like to have the same thread in the bobbin that I do on the top. So to me, the bobbinis are the best one. I haven't found anything better than this. I love the bobbinis, and just FYI, these are my favorite. I put them, you know, I keep them all like this, and they never, you always have the bobbin thread corresponding to the thread that it's attached to, and you never have an issue with that. Okay, so green. This is what I'm going to be using. I've actually used this green several times this month, or I'm sorry, last month. It's already April. I can't believe it. So I'm going to use this green also for the leaves. Again, the leaves have, it's a little light, if you can see, but I'm going to really like the contrast that this is going to bring. Kind of highlights it. You know, as a kid, every time that I colored in my coloring books, I always used the same, I always took, like, for example, the brown, and I pressed really hard around the edges, and then I colored in lightly inside, and I just love that look. And I guess as an adult, I brought that in, and I do the same thing with red. So there you go. So I'm going to start with pink. Right, so like I said, to me, God, that's a lot of ruckus. Tweezers. They are my lifesaver. I love them. I use them all the time, and basically every time that I'm appliquing, which these days is a lot, I bring up my bobbin thread and I use the tweezers to pull them out. And yes, I might waste a little bit of thread, but the work looks much, much better. I'm going to use this one here. This is a zigzag stitch, and I like to make the zigzag more narrow. I always bring it at a 2.5. 3.5 is the norm. 2.5 is where I like to bring it, and I also like to shorten the stitch to a 1.0. And that keeps it more uniform, a lot closer together. When you're dealing with the little pieces, it just looks better. So let's get started. All right. Okay guys, so this is what I mean when I say the contrast. As you can see, you have the dark pink here, which is appliqued. I use the dark pink thread to applicate on. You have light pink here, but it's outlined with the dark pink, and I really like that contrast. So there you go. I'm done with all the pink. So now I'm going to move on to another color. And I am thinking I'm going to go ahead and start on the yellow. Okay, so I got all the yellow loaded. I'm going to get started on this one. Okay, so we're switching to the green. We got the pink, we've got the yellow done. And now, done with the yellow. And now we're switching to the green. Okay, so I'm done with the dots. I'm done with the leaves. Any more green? No more green. Wow. You guys see this mess over here? Check it out. And that's me. I've already thrown a bunch of it away over here, see? The pink and the yellow. Here's more. That's alright. Alright, so the next thing, oh, you know what? I never did the pink nose and the pink ears. I'm going to have to put the pink back on. Okay, everybody, I'm back. And I'm threading the blue thread now. I finally finished with the pink. And I'm okay with the outcome. It's a little wonky. See the nose? It's a little wonky, but I'm okay with it. But look how it looks now. You see that? Ooh. See that? Okay, so anyway, I'm gonna do the blue. Okay, people, so I'm done with the blue, and I'm getting ready to start with the brown. Oh, wait a minute, guys. What am I doing? Alrighty, let's bring that bobbin thread up, and let's get started. So I'm done with all the brown, and I'm going to quickly change my thread. And I'm going to change it to this color so I can get that tail done, and then we're done with all the applique. Okay everybody, so my camera ran out of charge and I'm using my phone so that I can finish up. Now, you won't be able to see the last of it, which is the cream color, but I'm actually like literally almost done with it. By the way, I ate all the chocolate covered almonds that I had, and they were so good. I enjoyed every minute. I've had loads of fun doing this project, and I do hope that you guys have enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to making more videos, and I would actually appreciate it if, you know, you looked at these and you just left me a comment letting me know what you would like to see in the future. I have a ton of other projects that I can do. I can, you know, anything that you guys want. What I'm going to do now is, I'm pretty sure I'm done with all the applique. I still have to sew on, obviously, the stems to all of these flowers. I'm not going to record the part where I sew on the stem, but I am going to record the part where I draw it on, and you guys can see what it's going to look like. And then I'll bring it over here, I'll draw it on, and the last thing I'm going to record is the completed little project. All right, everybody, I'm back. And I've got my project in front of me here, and I also have the drawing. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to reference this thing as I draw it in, and I'm going to try to zoom the camera in. Oh, you guys okay? Okay, anyway, I'm going to bring the camera around, and I'm going to zoom this in. Let me see if I can. Let me see if I can. I'm sorry. I know that this must be... All right, there you go. I'm going to try to keep it still. All right, so looking at the picture, this bunny has the two eyes, which are buttons that I will be hand sewing, obviously. And gosh, that applique nose looks beautiful compared to mine. But we're not worried about that. Anyway, this bunny looks like he's got eyebrows. So I'm going to remove the eyes from here, and I'm going to place them where I think I would like to have them. And it looks like they're right on top of the little heart, and they're about that far apart. Yeah, about that far apart. So I'm going to put there and one there. See the eyes? I'm going to set those aside. I drew them on, and it's got eyebrows. So considering that the eyes, sorry, let me put the eye right in the middle. So the eyebrow is going to go right up here, one there. Put the other one over here. I love these pens. I mean, they've pretty much been with me throughout my whole journey in sewing, which if you're self-taught and you love to sew, you'll know that it probably pulled your hair out a couple times. It hasn't been easy, but it's totally been fun. So I've loved it. All right, so what do we have here? I'm showing one here. Probably another one starts here. And another one starts here. All right, so we're gonna bring this like this. The middle one's gonna be around there. And this one's gonna come a little down. We'll do the same thing on this side. We want to try and keeping it even. And put one whisker here, another one here, and another one here. I did turn my iron on. And I don't see where this bunny does not have a mouth. I wonder if I can just make a little mouth for it. Yeah. What do you think? I like the mouth. I'm gonna make that because I think it needs one, like a little V. Right? Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna go with the mouth. All right, so this is the lines, but I'm gonna be sewing these lines, these, and the little mouth that I just made. Okay, so there you have it. I've drawn everything on, and I'm gonna go to my sewing machine. I'm gonna get those lines stitched on, and I will be back when everything is sewn on, including the eyes, and I'm gonna square these up as well. And then once I get them all squared up, I'll be on again, and you'll be able to see the finished product. All I have to do at that point is just get everything, the sandwich, up together and get it bound, and we'll be done with this today. All right, I'll be back. All right, everybody, so here you have it. It's all done, except just needs to be bound. So I'll put pictures at the end of the completed product. I got my eyes, the little eyes sewed in, and the little flower on the back. And it's all done. I love the way these came out. Not too happy about the way these came out, but I'm okay with that too. I do like that I put the mouth on there and the eyebrows are nice. I am happy with the finished product. So everything here, all these, they were all done by machine. So I'm happy with it. Okay guys, so there you go. I hope you enjoyed this sew along of the Stitches of Love Easter edition. If you have any suggestions, please leave them at the comments down below. I'd be happy to listen to the suggestions, and maybe next time I could do something that you guys would. I'm leaving pictures of the finished product so that you guys could see them. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Also ring the bell so you can get more videos like this one. All right, bye.